Okay. Are we starting? Okay, here we go. Oh man, finally. Okay. Wow. Shit. Okay. Alright guys, my first time doing this. My first time live streaming. So bear with me here. Okay. Alright. So in today's segment, I'm just gonna cover some real basic stuff. I promise next segment I'm gonna get real deep with quantum physics. And I'm gonna decode. I've been reading a lot of peer-reviewed journals about quantum physics from MIT, and I mean it's a lot of scientific jargon, so I'm gonna break it down for everybody. But right now I'm gonna talk about financial and cybersecurity news. It's all connected and it's very important. So I'm gonna start with this. So bear with me. Okay. Maduro faces financial nightmare in Venezuela just in time for Halloween. For those of you that don't know, the situation going on in Venezuela is very critical. People are eating zoo animals. It's crazy out there, man. People are eating their own pets. People are starving out there. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. And Donald Trump has talked about a military option for going in there. And I mean, ever since Cesar Chavez died, Hugo Chavez, not Cesar Chavez. Cesar Chavez was the work labor advocate in America. My bad, Hugo Chavez. Since Hugo Chavez died, things have not been the same. This Maduro guy he's an idiot. But that's exactly what America was hoping for. Alright, so let's get to it. With its coffers empty and its financial moves restricted by U.S. sanctions, the Venezuelan president Nicolas Maduro's government is facing a nightmarish scenario with the approach of Halloween, when a series of debt payments totaling more than $3.5 billion are due. Analysts said the government will do everything possible to make payments, even if it means further cuts in already reduced food imports, which would deepen shortages in a country where a majority of people cannot get 3 meals a day. But a default cannot be ruled out because of the precocious state of the country's finances, the low level of reserves, and the reluctance of strategic allies like Russia and China to continue lending money to Venezuela. Damn, that's how you know it's curtains. If Russia and China don't want to give you any more money, it's over. The Venezuelan government facing a string of small payments due this month, such as the $28 million owed by the state-owned Caracas Electricity Company. The truly hellish week will come in around Halloween, the 27th, when they basically have to pay $1 billion, and then November 2nd, when they have to pay another $1.2 billion, says Russ Dalen, managing partner of Caracas Capital. Holders of Venezuela bonds already face an existential crisis because of doubts about the government's ability to pay the $3.526 billion required over the next 6 weeks, added Antonio de la Cruz, executive director of the Inter-American Trends Consultancy. Standard & Poor's and Fitch already ranked Venezuela as a country with a high probability of default in the next 6 months because of it lost most of its access to international credits as a result of sanctions imposed by the Trump administration that banned the sale of Venezuelan bonds in the United States. You see, now a lot of people don't know that this has ramifications, okay? This has ramifications for the entire global economy. And I mean, you guys keep thinking things are sweet here in America, but let me show you that it's not. This is proof that things are not sweet in America. See this? Bitcoin is worth $5,555.75. $5,555. One Bitcoin. All right. Now, I know a lot of people out there are like, "Oh man, I should have invested." Yeah, you should have, but that's not the point of me showing you this. Okay. The point of me showing you this is to highlight just how overvalued our stock market and our dollar is right now. It's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's absolutely no reason why cryptocurrency, just a single one, is worth this much money. Now, I do think Bitcoin at this point right now is a little overvalued, but that's just letting you know how little your dollar is worth right now, if you're trying to get what I'm saying. All right, but I would recommend investing in cryptocurrency, not Bitcoin right now, because it's $5,555.75 right now. And I mean, I can only, unless there's some kind of horrendous crash, which I doubt, because China and all these other countries are investing non-stop. Okay, they're investing non-stop in Bitcoin itself. I don't see a catastrophic fall. You know, something where, I mean, even if it went down to $1,000, that's a catastrophic fall, and even at that point, it's still not affordable. What I would recommend, all right, I'm gonna type it in. Monero. Monero is it's cheaper and it's better encrypted. Okay, that's where the value of Monero comes in. Encryption. It's got ring layers of encryption, and hackers and people on the dark web are eating it up. They're gobbling it up right now. All right. So let me segue into, I guess, the main thing I wanted to highlight with this live stream is the rabbit hole goes deep with the spying shit, man. Real deep. Alright? Mossad is spying on the Russians, spying on us. So we know what's going on. Alright? And for those of you that don't know, or no, you probably do know, Mossad is more powerful than the CIA. Alright? Mossad is basically, you could almost say, gives orders to the CIA. I mean, Mossad and Israel, the state of Israel, controls so much in this country. I mean, there's damning evidence that they mastermind 9/11. I mean, you just look at the owners of the buildings. They decide to take out the biggest insurance policies of their life before, and I mean, it paid out. They made billions of dollars off of 9/11. I mean, those towers going down, they made so much money. But anyway, let me read this article from MIT Technology Review. No, it actually isn't a plot of a movie. You see, it sounds like it's a movie. It's a chain of events described in a New York Times article, claiming that Israeli intelligence agents caught Russian spies using compromised Kaspersky Labs software to search millions of American computers for U.S. intelligence data. And if you guys saw one of the last videos I made about the rogue NSA contractor exposing all of that data to Russian spies, okay, Mossad was one step ahead. They saw it happen, meaning that Mossad is willingly letting the Russians spy on us, pretty much. Alright, let me continue with the article. The report explained that an Israeli team had actually hacked into Kaspersky's system and then found that software vulnerabilities were being used by Russian hackers to scour computers for references to American intelligence programs. That was made possible by a flaw that enabled them to see file names of documents that were being scanned by the antivirus system. The Times says that the Israeli intelligence team provided details of other observations to American officials, and that ultimately led to the Department of Homeland Security to ban Russian software from U.S. government uses over security concerns. Wow, that's wild. The story leads weight to a report from last week that claimed the National Security Agency lost cyber defense details to Russian hackers. That's literally the last thing I was talking about, okay? And that's probably what this links to. After a contractor left documents on a home computer protected by Kaspersky software, what remains to be seen is to be seen now is just how many other systems may have been tapped into the same way. Look, let me tell you guys like this, like I said before. Once they tell you about this stuff and they say it may, like, bro, no, they've been fully compromised. Okay, they've been fully compromised and they're saving face. All right, but Mossad is allowing this to happen. Let's think about that. Israeli intelligence is allowing this to happen. They have the power to stop this. Why don't they stop it? Know what I'm saying? So let's go to the next thing. All right. I don't know if you guys know what's going on with Trump and Iran, but he's talking about removing off the nuclear deal that they made with Obama, and that could have dire consequences because, like I keep telling people, okay, we're so digitally dependent in this day and age. Like it's almost bad. It's almost bad how digitally dependent we are. Like, how many people could go without going on Facebook for like 4 or 5 months? How many people could deal without checking their Twitter, without going on YouTube, without doing certain things? Especially these people who are YouTube and Instagram celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And they have millions and millions of subscribers and millions of views, and you know, like, it's just not a good look for this country. Not to mention the banking system's connected. Now that we're going to the Internet of Things, you know, with the Internet of Things now, you've got Alexa, and you've got smart homes, and you've got smart fridges, and you've got smart TVs, and it's all connected to a Wi-Fi network. All these nodes, that's what a device is called that's connected to the Internet. It's called a node, or one that's connected to a network. All these nodes can be remotely hacked. Okay? Nothing is safe, and it's a shame that nobody's warning anybody about that stuff. But anyway, let me read this article for you guys. On Friday, President Trump announced that he will not certify Iran's cooperation with the 2015 nuclear agreement negotiated by the Obama administration. The move doesn't eliminate or rework the deal. Possibilities if its proponents feared given Trump's long-standing criticism of the agreement, but it does kick the accord to Congress for reconsideration. There, lawmakers could leave the agreement the same, impose tweaks, or go all the way to reinstating sanctions against Iran, effectively ending the deal. I'm thinking of going with the latter. That's just me. Kick off this world war, get it popping off. The fulfillment of Iran's nuclear ambitions remain years away, even if the deal falls apart. But Trump's actions also raise questions about whether increased tensions will in turn lead to increased Iranian cyber operations. Observers say that while the current diplomatic instability likely won't impact Iran's hacking purview, further decisions, particularly around sanctions, could fuel offensive plans directed at the United States. We're a sitting duck in terms of cybersecurity, okay? We're sitting ducks. Iran and Russia, Iran and Russia are good allies, but Russia and North Korea are working together cyberly. I told you guys, North Korea has nothing to lose in terms of engaging in cyber warfare with us. The worst thing we could do to them is take away the internet for the maybe 1 million people that live in Pyongyang. What can North Korea do to America? With help from Russia, China, and Iran, they could destabilize our banking industry. They can destabilize our social media infrastructure. They can destabilize pretty much everything and destabilize our grid. You guys don't understand how much is ran and regulated by computers and software. If you guys knew, like, you would understand that this is more important than fucking Harvey Weinstein, rape allegations, and fucking Eminem's freestyle. Like, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? This actually affects us now. This is a real threat. This is a real threat. This is a real threat. You know what I'm saying? And Iran has hackers. I'm going to continue reading this. Iranian hackers were very active in targeting US and European targets a few years ago, launching waves of powerful DDoS attacks against dozens of financial institutions in 2011 and 2012, and laying groundwork for possible critical infrastructure attacks, including against a dam in New York State. You understand the catastrophic consequences of an attack like this? You guys, oh my god, okay, let me keep reading. Though these initiatives haven't completely abated, experts note that the country has seemingly shifted its focus in the past couple of years, turning to largely Middle Eastern targets like Saudi Arabia. Solidifying the nuclear agreement in 2015 may not have been the direct cause of the shift, or even related, but experts say it seems as though Iran has taken the last few years to centralize and organize attacking initiatives, adding more government control and deploying more sophisticated operations. One could argue that because we had this deal in place, maybe they had some motivation to not be aggravating, says Isaac Porsche, a senior engineer at the director of the Homeland Security Operation Analysis Center at the RAND Corporation. But their actions have already been in the U.S., and Iran has been implicated in attacks on other countries. So they made a decision some time ago to be active. And evidence indicates that Iran's more focused government investments have paid off. Reports about an elite hacking group called Advanced Persistence Threat 33 by the security firm FireEye says that Iranian hackers have breached numerous aerospace, defense, and petrochemical companies around the world over the last 18 months. The group, which may have originally funded in 2013, notably carried out recent recommissions and malware distribution attacks in the US, South Korea, and Saudi Arabia. And now we got President Trump. It's about to aggravate these guys, and I mean, it's like, oh my god, man. Everybody's worried about nukes. Everybody worried about some motherfucking nukes. No, it's not nukes. It's not nukes that you gotta be worried about. You can take iodine, you could shelter, you could do a lot of things to protect yourself from nuclear fallout. But you cannot protect yourself from the stupidity and the fear of the American populace. Of you know what I'm saying? Obviously not everybody's gonna freak out if we get destroyed by a cyber attack, but best believe at least 100 million people are going to lose their shit. Okay, just imagine. Okay, let me put it this way: if Iran and North Korea join forces and they destroy the EBT and the WIC system, they crash it, and nobody can get food stamps. Okay, what do you think's gonna happen? What do you think's gonna happen? Imagine the WIC and EBT is down for 6 months, and there's no rations of food to hand out to people, and that you have to have Bitcoin or Monero or one of these cryptocurrencies to even be able to buy food. And you saw what Bitcoin's at, $5,555. And not only that, right? You need like 100 Bitcoins to buy a piece of bread. What are you gonna do? What are people gonna do? There's gonna be massive unrest. And the shit has already been stirred. The shit pot's been stirred for years. Okay? You already got these Trumpers scared of genetic annihilation. They're terrified. They're killing themselves. The women are killing themselves. The men are addicted to opiates. It's crazy. It's crazy, okay? So just imagine an attack of just 3 simple things. They don't even have to attack any major financial institutions, okay? With an attack on food stamps and EBT, with an attack on social media, and then with an additional attack on the cellular data network, okay? It's curtains. It's curtains for this country. They don't even have to destroy J.P. Morgan Chase. They don't have to do that because the civil unrest brought on by the onslaught of that would trump all of that. It would, in fact, create that, you know, that collapse of the financial institutions. Because you want to know what? These financial institutions don't have money anyway. That's the secret. They don't have money anyway. All right. So let me move on to the next article I want to show you guys. An MIT review. This one's a little bit more positive. So I don't want to leave everybody out on you know, something negative. So let me put something positive out there. And this is something that I wish the college community would teach about. Okay? Iceland now has a negative emissions power plant, alright? You know what I'm saying? We need to get on stuff like that. Alright? Iceland now has a negative emissions power plant. Just when you thought geothermal energy couldn't get a whole lot greener, it went and did. Quartz reports that 300 megawatt geothermal power plants in Hellisfjord, Iceland, pictured above, now captures more carbon dioxide than it emits. Per unit energy, this facility, per unit energy, this facility produces about a third of the I probably want to say the total carbon a coal-fired plant does. But what it does emit, plus a little bit more, is now captured and buried deep underground. How? Well, using a system developed by carbon engineers, a wall of fans at the plant sucks in air, harvests carbon dioxide, and injects it into water. That liquid is then pumped into the depths, where it amazingly turns into rock. Voila! Lots of energy and less carbon than at the start. Great. The only barrier to water use right now, that old niggling issue, cost. Petrifying the carbon dioxide as rock currently costs about $30 per ton, but sucking it out of the air is just rather more expensive. Carbon engineering does not say what it currently costs, but it's aiming to get the price down to $100. That would make the whole system about consumer with other forms of carbon capture and storing right now. But we'll need to get further cheaper still to be an attractive proposition for widespread use in the future. Alright? So green energy is coming in, guys. That's why I'm saying we need to get into technology. Fuck the politics. Fuck the Harvey Weinstein and Eminem and oh my God, the pointless. I mean, you know what these things do? You know what these pop culture and these politics things do? They keep you in perpetual victim state, and I'm sick and tired of that shit. I'm so sick of it. Okay? Because it's like, okay, what are you gonna do? Oh, okay. So this is going on. What are you gonna do about it? So Donald Trump is saying, grab my pussy. What are you gonna do about it? So Harvey Weinstein is raping people. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about all these different things going on? Are you just gonna sit there and debate about Kevin and have a fucking pissing contest about who knows more about history that may or may not be true, about who could sleep and measure and who could flat earth theories and all this shit that doesn't matter, all this shit that's distracting you and keeping you in a victim state? You know what I'm saying?